December 5th, 1945. 5 U.S. fighter jets lifted off from a Florida naval base. Just another routine, 3-hour training mission over the Atlantic. But hours later, the squadron simply disappeared. No signals, no radar, no trace. It was as if they'd vanished into thin air or crossed into another realm entirely. 15 men, 5 planes, never seen again. What really happened that day? And what does it have to do with the terrifying mystery of the Bermuda Triangle? In today's thrilling video, we're going back in time to the day those planes disappeared. We'll explore some of the theories and explanations investigators and researchers have come up with over the years. But before we dive into today's story, make sure to hit the like button and follow so you don't miss any of the mysterious and exciting stories we're going to share. Flight 19 was part of a U.S. Navy training mission using TBM Avenger planes, tough, single-pilot aircraft with 2 crew seats. The exercise followed what was called the Flight 19 route, a triangular course starting from Florida, heading east over the ocean, then north, then back to base. Basically, just a routine training flight that pilots did every now and then. Nothing unusual. That day, the squadron was commanded by Lieutenant Charles Taylor, a seasoned pilot who had fought bravely in World War II, flown dangerous missions over the Pacific, and walked away from more than one brush with death. Among his fellow pilots, he was known for his discipline, sharp instincts, and his ability to navigate even the harshest weather. Yet on this day, Taylor was uneasy. From the very beginning, he seemed on edge and even requested to skip the flight, claiming he wasn't familiar enough with Florida's skies, but he was ordered to lead anyway. At his side were 13 young cadets, most of them flying at the very start of their careers, excited, eager to follow the lead of such an experienced commander. What none of them realized was that this would be their final flight. Not even an hour after they took off, everything began to unravel. Taylor's voice crackled through the radio. The compass is out, we don't know where we are, and the sea looks strange. The signals grew chaotic, the transmissions broke up, and the fear in the pilots' voices became impossible to hide. At first, the control tower thought only Taylor was lost, but soon they realized when the whole squadron was disoriented. Taylor believed they were over the Gulf of Mexico. He was absolutely sure of it, but the reality, shown clearly on radar and in the records, was that they were heading in the completely wrong direction, deep into the Atlantic Ocean. But the real nightmare, their path took them right into the heart of one of the planet's most baffling mysteries, the Bermuda Triangle. And there, everything started to collapse. By 6 p.m., the radio caught one last eerie transmission from one of the pilots. His voice, full of fear, said, "We seem to be entering white water. Nothing looks normal." And then, no more contact, no signals, nothing. Complete silence. A Mariner rescue plane was immediately dispatched to search for them and bring them back. But then came the unthinkable. The rescue plane also disappeared. Within minutes of taking off, it was gone, with 13 more crew members on board. That day, 27 people vanished. No wreckage, no remains, not even the faintest sign of what really happened out there. The U.S. Navy immediately went on high alert and launched one of the largest search operations ever. It lasted for weeks. They used everything at their disposal, ships, planes, even deep-sea divers. But what did they find? Absolutely nothing. It was like the squadron had simply disappeared off the face of the earth. Eventually, the authorities issued an official statement saying the pilots likely got lost due to a faulty compass. They flew out over open waters, and when their fuel ran out, they crashed into the sea. But that explanation didn't sit right with anyone. Is it really possible that 5 pilots just kept following a confused leader who couldn't even find his own position? Not one of them tried to break formation, change course, or even radio a warning to the commander or the tower. And here's the strangest part. TBM Avenger planes were built to float for a while if they went down in the water. So why wasn't a single scrap of wreckage found? No bodies, no clues, nothing at all to explain what really happened. From there, the theories started pouring in, one after the other. Did the squadron really get swallowed by the Bermuda Triangle? Or did they run into some bizarre, unexplainable weather event? Some suggested there were secret military tests going on in the area, and the planes got caught up in them by accident. A witness even claimed he saw a ball of fire high above the ocean that day. Was it one of the planes blowing up? Or something much stranger? Others pointed to strange electromagnetic forces, the kind that could completely disrupt compasses and navigation, leaving even the best pilots hopelessly lost. But there's one theory that takes things to another level. Some believe the planes were taken by extraterrestrials. Others say the squadron unknowingly flew into a time warp inside the Bermuda Triangle, and that's how they disappeared for good. Even now, over 75 years later, Flight 19 remains one of the most haunting mysteries of the 20th century. Its story has been told in films, books, documentaries, and the investigations still haven't stopped. Yet with all the progress in technology and all the search missions, not a single trace of the planes has ever been discovered, as if they just dissolved into the air. All these years later, the story is still wrapped in mystery. What do you think really happened to Flight 19? Was it just a simple mistake? Or is there a much bigger secret we still don't know? And what makes the Bermuda Triangle such a dark, forbidden zone surrounded by countless stories and legends? Tell us what you think in the comments, and make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss the strange and exciting stories we have coming your way.